Hi everyone, it's Meridy. Welcome back. Today I am here with my third process video using the Wild and Free Limitless and Essentials Kit. So I've got both kits mixed together here, and let me jump right in and show you what I'm working with. Besides all of the little goodies that I have over here and all the little ephemera and my stamps, I've got my little fabric rolls, a little bit of mixed media, and then this is what I've pulled to use today. So I would like to scrapbook these two pictures from my son's birthday party. It was his 9th birthday party and it was camping themed. So we set up a tent in our backyard. So I got two 4x6 pictures there. And then I picked a few pieces of ephemera that I would love to use on this layout and die cuts here. It says, remember this, a couple little leaves, some fern leaves, a couple little wood rounds, another fern leaf, some mushrooms, and this says stay wild. Okay, I've got my little color swatch here, and I made this in my unboxing video, so you can refer back to the unboxing video to watch me make this. I've got these little strips that are going to represent my journaling on my completed layout. This is just a template I made with tape and strips of paper, and I just will show you where I'm going to put my journaling at the end. I would love to use some of these Wildwood Secrets stickers. And then the papers that I picked for these pictures, I like this navy grid one. On the back is the stamps from the different national parks, but I really like the navy grid side for this layout. And this teal one is actually the packaging from the Mint Tape Chippies, but it looks really nice and it matches. And then that plaid, and it all kind of coordinates together. So I would love to use a little of all of those colors. And then of course I have my cut apart tags that I've been cutting apart on previous layouts. I've got my national park sticker sheet. Maybe I can use some of these borders or something on there. I'm gonna set them off to the side for now. This is the scraps that I've accumulated so far this month. This little paper is another scrap that I've accumulated. I've got this black came out of my stash. I used it on the last layout. This was the subscriber freebie. I think I'm gonna cut out one of these little cameras and use this on my layout. That matches really well. And then I've got my chippies, which I would love to use some on this layout. I'm not sure which ones yet. Again, I'll set that to the side. I've got my photo play element stickers from the Man card line, going out with the boys. That's cute. Just straight chilling. Those are cute. So I think I could totally use some of those stickers. And then I have a scrap of white cardstock maybe that I can use to map my photos or something. So I think I'm just gonna jump right in here and see how I want to get started. I really, really love this navy as the back of my layout, but I don't want to use the whole sheet because I also like the other side so much. Oh, decisions, decisions. Maybe I can use this as the back of my layout. Let me see how all the colors look on here. I'm just kind of spreading things out. Because this paper, obviously I didn't choose it for the kit, it just was the packaging for the chippies. So it doesn't match exactly precisely, but it can look pretty good. Let me see. Things kind of get lost on that, but I wonder if I can use half and half. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, this one has stars on the other side and it's so cute, and I really like that side too. So I don't want this to be the background of my layout. Plus that's just like too busy for me, like my style. I don't typically use a full entire patterned paper as the base of my layout. It's just overwhelming sometimes, unless it's just lightly patterned, but this is too much for me. So I'm gonna cut this in half at 6 inches. And My debate here is, should I just mat my photos on this color and take 6 inches of this blue? And so I've just got my photos matted on this light color. I kind of like that a lot. Or should this be half of the layout and the light green be half, and then just mat my photos on the navy? I think I like it this way. It's just a little lighter and not so heavy. Okay, what I'm gonna do is also cut this in half at 6 inches, because I can use the other 6 inches of this paper on another layout, and that is how I like to stretch my kits out like that, because if I'm not even gonna see it underneath there, I don't need to make the whole entire back be this. And instead, I will just take a sheet of white paper and adhere these both to it. So let me get the 2 papers adhered down. And I'm not even sure if I want the plaid on the right side or the plaid on the left side, but it doesn't matter. I can just adhere both sides down and then arrange the paper how I like it after I get it all adhered. So I will be right back after I change my tape here and get the plaid and this adhered down to the paper. Okay, so now I need to decide if I want the plaid on this side and all the embellishments. I think I like the embellishments lined up down one side, or if I want the plaid on this side. And I can still line the embellishments up down one side over here, or on there, or I can make them line up down there. I always lean to my pictures being on this side. I don't know what it is. Okay, I think I'm gonna go this way, just so I'm not doing the same thing that I always do. So I'm gonna go ahead and mat both of my pictures on this navy paper as well. I'm gonna trim my pictures down just slightly, 1/4 of an inch off of 2 sides, so that way I can mat these on 6-inch by 4-inch pieces of this blue. And then this is still like a lot of blue paper left for other layouts. So I'm gonna trim 1/4 of an inch from there and 1/4 of an inch from the bottom, and now they'll fit perfectly on the 4-inch by 6-inch little piece of blue mat that I made myself. That way, if I need to mat other pictures, other 4x6 pictures, I can mat a lot on there and not have to worry about cutting weird sizes. And I think they look great just matted straight onto that navy. I'm not gonna mat them on white first or anything like that. And then when I'm looking here, this center strip, I wonder if I can do a little of that border sticker from the National Parks sticker sheet. I think I want this picture on top and this picture on the bottom. I think I like it like that. And then I had this border sticker, the scallops or the brown. I'm thinking the scallops. I think that would look nice lined right there. So I'm just gonna cut a few inches of it off because obviously you're not going to see a lot, and like I just said earlier when I was cutting the teal paper, if it's buried, I would rather just pretend like it's going all the way through to the bottom so that I can have more sticker left over to do other layouts. Okay, before I do any more, and before I even adhere these pictures down, I want to put a little mixed media over here because I love doing that. I think I will use some of this Nuvo Mica Mist in Wild Olive and some of this Scattered Straw Distress Oxide spray. And I think, oh, which one should I do first? I'm thinking the Distress Oxide spray should go first. And I just want to put it a little bit sticking out over here. I don't need a whole ton of it. I think I'm going to use it like with packaging that I realized the other day I should have been using the packaging technique with this one on my the first layout this month. So I'm just going to slightly do some. And this yellow I want more towards the edges because it's lighter. And I'm gonna put the green more towards the middle. And this is like really soaking in this paper, so I think it's nice. It really picks up the color from over here. As it dries, I think it's gonna get a little bit easier to see. Okay, now I'm gonna come in with the green and put it down here. I think I might need a little bit more yellow too. So I'm gonna put one more squirt here. Okay, and now I'm gonna come in with the green. Got it all over my hand. And just kind of do the same thing, but more towards this side. Okay, that looks good. I think at the end I will come in and put some splatters on there with these two colors as well. But I think that looks pretty good for now. I'm gonna go ahead and adhere my pictures down. Okay, and then since I've got a lot of white space in these pictures here, I can kind of overlap that a bit. But not too much. I don't want it covering up all the details in my pictures. This is so cute, but I think I'm gonna need to ink the edges of that. Got that little camera there. And a bunch of leaves. Okay, now I can come in with all of my other stickers and the words and everything and see what I can add here. So let me read these really quick. Wild and free on here. Okay, I'll put that one down there. And then I also have Just straight chilling. I don't want to take away from anything, but I really do like this color, especially because it pulls, or this thing, because it pulls the yellow in his shirt out. So I do kind of want to use this diamond here. I think I can put it there. And then cover some of these things up. Oh, there's one that says happy birthday. That's perfect. I'll stick that one right out in here. You know what? Maybe not. Oh, is it too late to pull this up? No. I think I want the happy birthday one to go down here. Somehow in that area. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Okay. I think I'm just gonna start adhering things down. I'm gonna put some of these up on foam tape because I want them to pop up off the page. And of course, some of them flat on the back. So after I get everything that I have laid out right here adhered, I will come back and I will tell you exactly which pieces I pop up on foam tape versus adhering flat to the layout. And then I will add a few more finishing touch items to this layout. I think I want to add a couple sequins and things like that. So I will be right back when I get all of this that I've got laid out so far adhered. Okay guys, I got everything adhered. I popped up the camera, the Stay Wild, and the little mushrooms. Everything else is adhered flush to the back. I don't know where I want this little leaf still yet. It looks awkward everywhere I put it right now. So I haven't adhered it down yet, but I think I still need it somewhere. And then I wanted to get out these little mushrooms because I think they'll be cute to put around this layout. Maybe a couple different colors. I don't like it there with the other mushrooms. Maybe I'll just put one in there. Right in there. No, not that color. And then I need to decide if I want these little mushrooms on here. I do not like them down by this realistic mushroom though. It looks funny. That's not bad. I'll leave that there for a few minutes so I can decide and debate. Let me see. I feel like I have a tag from Not Just for Boys packaging that will look really nice on this layout, but I'm not sure where. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it apart and hole punch the center. It's just a regular office 1/4 inch hole punch. Fits in our tags, or fits with our tag, packaging tags. This was packaging on the back, okay? And then I wonder if I should have started with this underneath these guys. Let me see. I am going to try to lift up these and just wedge this under here. Yeah, I think I like that. So I will go ahead and put that down. Now I like that. I think I like the 3 little mushrooms where I have them. And I think I like that color down there. I don't want to put the yellow one down there because it's too close to this yellow one. But it pops a little more with that like rust colored one and then the darker brown one at the top. Okay. And I'm gonna glue these down with Eileen's tacky glue. Because like you've heard me say before, I like the way it holds fabric and wood on my layouts. Oh, my lid is destroyed. I need to get a new bottle of tacky glue. It's getting dried out in there. Okay, and then I am gonna put a little, I'm going to save this little leaf and not use it on this layout. It's just gonna go, I have all of the die cuts from the Minte pack in a protective little sleeve because they're so fragile because they're laser cut and they have very fine edges. So I'll just put that back. Do I need this anywhere? No, I don't need that anywhere. Let's see, I'm going to go for my sequin that came in here, and I'm just going to sprinkle a few sequins right here, if I can sprinkle, and a few sequins right here. Whoops. And not too many. I don't want to go too crazy. And I will put these down with my art glitter glue. And while I'm doing this, I think I can chit chat a little. If you were inspired by my layout today, whether it was to pull out your wild and free kits and create this exact same layout, or maybe you were just inspired to pull out your wild and free kits and work with them, or maybe you were just inspired to grab something out of your stash and recreate this layout, we would love to see it on our Not Just for Boys Kit Club community Facebook group, and I will link that in the description of this video, along with the kit that I used in the store. There are still some of those available. And if you like our kits at Not Just for Boys, you might want to think about subscribing and getting one automatically delivered in the mail every month, because there are some perks to subscribing, such as discounted kits. But you can always shop our website straight out. If it's available on our website, you can buy it. We do not restock our old kits, so once a kit is sold out, it is gone. But what else was I gonna say? If you enjoyed my process video, you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as I put about 8 process videos a month up using the current month's kit. And let me see, I'm gonna do a little bit of detailed work around the edges here. I'm just gonna do some scribbles. But thank you so much for watching today. Oh, and let me show you where I will probably put my journaling with the little journaling, faux journaling strips that I have laid out here. Hold on just a second. I will probably put my journaling maybe at the top, or maybe even a couple strips of journaling right here. Actually, I'll probably put my journaling right here. I like it right there. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will be back in a few days with my 4th process video. Bye.